Let me tell y'all something right now. This is the last season of Love is Blind that I am watching. Okay, Booyama, don't even try convince me. I ain't watching. I already didn't want to watch this season, and I let you all and my friend Rebecca convince me. And what have I got for my pain and suffering? Okay, and I do mean pain and suffering, because I ain't even watched the reunion yet, because I done see there's no love in this season. Just blind facts. Just a bunch of jackasses so pressed to be married they can't see, just walking red flags. I hate this shit. I ain't watching it no more. No more. No, because listen, this was really bullshit. Not only was every man on this season garbage, trash, bum-ass minions of Satan that I had to witness do to all these women who are so pressed to be married, they turn willful blind eyes to it. But then, on top of that, you mean to tell me the audience talking too? No, sir. If you ever want a case study on the way women internalize sexism and the patriarchy to lay hate and vilify women while coddling men, just look at the commentary from the Love is Blind audience every season. But in particular this one, listen, I'm not gonna hold y'all. This, the 7th season of men showing us the worst of what they're capable of. And somehow, you goofy bitches around here calling Hannah the villain, complaining about Alex, babying and feeling so damn sorry for piece of shit ass Nick, somehow missing the walking ticking time bomb of anger and controlling issues that is Tim, and being upset that piece of shit Ramses left Marissa when that's the best thing that garbage ass man could do for... Why am I cats? Y'all hear them? Raheem, Asada! Like I was saying before my badass cats interrupted me. Y'all out here being mad at Ramses for leaving Marissa when that's the best thing that garbage ass man could do for Marissa's ass. Love isn't blind, but you motherfuckers sure the are. Y'all cannot spot a red flag even as men are physically handing you 3 red flags, Ashley. Let me walk y'all through these couples. These last episodes and all the way to audience commentary online has been working my actual last nerve, child, my blood pressure. Let's start with Marissa and Ramses, since episode 10 begins with Ramses trying to give Marissa a complex. Let me start by saying, I knew Ramses wasn't going to marry Marissa. I told y'all last time that Ramses ain't shit short of the black-brown version of Clay from last season, and I knew the moment I saw him in the pods. At no point did he ever give a who wanted to get married or was even particularly interested in Marissa. It was giving unserious who just want to be on TV from jump. And I firmly believe that the only reason he even bothered to propose to Marissa, beyond getting on TV, is because she told him he was in a love triangle with Bowden, and Ramses saw Bowden and took that shit personally. Cause boys and their ego. It was the same shit as Clay 80 and that white boy Matthew. Clay was not on 80 run. Soon as 80 tell him about Matthew and he look at Matthew, he say, no, you fine. The competition is on, girl. You disrespecting me. And same way, these men just as being competition. Anyhow, but I told y'all last lap that Ramses was not gonna marry Marissa and that his mama was not wrong for being on his ass. Listen, I genuinely, this might be an unpopular opinion, okay? But I genuinely think parents who go on this show enthusiastically eating up whatever the their goofy child and some they just met has to say are nuts. I would be so ashamed of my parents if I managed to lose my mind and told him I was gonna marry a boy with 2 rat tails I've been talking through a wall to, and my mommy or daddy, no matter which one, looked at that lackluster who divorced his wife he knew all his damn life and really managed to believe this was gonna be my everything and a whole bunch of no, sir. I would be dead if my parents shamed me like that. No. If I don't got my head straight on, my parents need to have it. Marissa mommy could see that man was gonna have her daughter for a poppy show. She clearly already had experience with Marissa letting Goofy have her for a poppy show, and she said no. And she was absolutely right. Was her mommy jaded and projecting her issues with love on Marissa? Yes. But I expect my parents to be strong where I am weak. Otherwise, we get tragic moments like Alex's sick father eating up everything wicked ass Tim had to say, only for that to immediately leave his daughter because he meant none of it. That being said, Ramses exceeded the level of piece of shit I thought he was, I ain't gonna lie. Not because he called the wedding off while wearing a thong. Diabolical, but necessary. Not the thong, the breakup. But what really caused me to feel like somebody needed to break their foot off in his ass was when this man was acting like the world was gonna end and he can't see a future in a marriage where Marissa has her period for a week and doesn't feel like fucking him.
You're an insane, degenerate piece of filth.
Now look, Marissa told us she was happily in a relationship with a smart Republican man, her words, not mine, for 3 years. So I take that to mean she is comfortable being with men who don't value women or reproductive freedom. So when Ramses was first carrying on about wearing a condom, I knew he was a piece of shit then, but I didn't feel for her. Although, let me just point this out. I remember when Ramses was getting shit online for that condom thing, and he come out online like, oh, don't worry, Marissa and I are gonna clean it up, or gonna clear that up. Clear what up? Clear what up? The season done finished and you are a piece of shit. Clear what up? You will consistently against bitches and choice. Oh my God. Ooh. But listen, originally I didn't feel far off the condom thing, but when that fixed his mouth to really act like the sky was falling down and this ain't what he signed up for, and saying she basically needs to tell him if this is what his life is gonna be, because that's not the life he wants, because she had her period and didn't want to for a week. Baby, I was in this house going the off. Like that shit real life infuriated me, because beyond the fact a woman should be able to not be intimate when she doesn't want to without a partner guilting her, but women go through a million things in this life that affect our sex drives. In fact, menopause, perimenopause, and inevitability for all women greatly affects sex drive. So that alone tells me this has no interest in building a life with anyone, growing old together with anybody, or adapting to circumstance. Like, I was sick for Marissa here, because listen, all jokes aside, mild personal moment. I've been battling with autoimmune disorders that have been whooping my ass for the last year. And quite literally, everything about me physically, mentally, emotionally has changed. And I am blessed, like really lucky to have an amazing partner who has been a constant support system. I'm a part of a community online of other women dealing with what I am, and I constantly read them messages about their husbands and boyfriends who behave just like Ramses, and it genuinely brings tears to my eyes, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Imagine you think you're about to marry a man only to be standing in your kitchen with him realizing, wow, this mother is acting like the relationship cannot survive because you feeling sick for a week because your period is on. That shit is heartbreaking and alarming. And what's worse is that Marissa was on the same wavelength as me, because she literally said to him that the things he's saying is worrying her for the future. Like, it's coming across like he'd leave her if serious shit happened. And this was like, yeah, I understand your concern, but never once reassured her.
I give it to you. You got me there.
That should have been Marissa's final cue to leave that. But she didn't, because more than anything, Marissa just wants to be married. Not more than Ashley's stupid ass, but we'll talk about her later. But because Marissa didn't break up with him, this man Ramses broke up with her days before the wedding, because that was never trying to get married. I told y'all that. He literally starts trying to ramble a bunch of incoherent bullshit concerns for her, basically trying to get her to take the baton and break up with him. But Marissa's just sitting there flabbergasted, trying to show him everything's okay and that his cold feet is normal. So when that doesn't work, Ramses did the final thing to solidify my hate for this. He couldn't just say to her, I'm a ass and I wanted to be on TV on you and never get married. Instead, he starts trying to give her a complex and make her feel bad about herself by basically trying to tell her she's too much. Her energy is too much. Living with her is too much. This mother said to her that her energy was fine in Mexico, but once they lived together, he stopped liking it. And he wasn't just calling off the marriage, he was ending the relationship, and he explicitly said that when she asked for clarification. I wanted to jump through my TV screen and choke this out. As a loud, energied woman myself, I cannot begin to tell you how much I despise men who try to temper you down and make you feel like you're too much. And I genuinely don't even think Ramses believed that shit he said about her personality and her energy. I think he was just looking for anything to say to make clear he was ending it. But there was no reason under the sun that he had to choose to take that woman's innate qualities, her best qualities actually, the things about her that make her who she is, and the things about her that'll be loved by the right person and make her feel like they're the problem, that's why he's leaving her. So Ramses needed his ass beat. And you know what's sad? Not only did he not get his ass beat, Marissa was on the floor crying like the world was ending for what felt like forever, dog. I'm glad he broke up with her, especially before the wedding, because I knew that was gonna say no at the altar and break her soul. But the way he did it was still very up. Moving on though. This way I really have to row. I have to row everybody. I have to row y'all. I have to row. I told y'all last time, Tim, let me tell you something. I know my intuition don't never tell me no lie, okay? I tell you, that's on my 20s. That's on dating. That's dating. Mean, angry, who you think are just mean energy wise, who eventually slap the shit out of you. I knew what Tim was, okay? I told y'all last time that Tim had every intention to leave Alex and do it in the worst way once they had that argument and he agreed to make it work. I could see it in his eyes and his energy. I know wicked like that, which is why I extra wasn't moved by him choosing to do the absolute most, swearing he about to be a husband and son-in-law to a dying man. Like, when I tell you, that's why I didn't even talk about that last episode. I didn't even mention that scene because that should upset me. I fast forwarded it immediately because I know what the he was on. I know what he was on. Then after that, we see Alex beat Tim's parents. Then when we next see them, this man is breaking up with her, acting like his hatred for her burns with the fire of 1,000 suns because this woman, let me check my notes. Took a nap. She took a nap after meeting his parents, and then she missed a phone call from his on another day because she took a nap after working and didn't enthusiastically answer his text message telling her what to do about her car. Dog. If it wasn't clear to you through that communication that Tim is a very angry and controlling man who wants a woman to speak and not be spoken to, you are lost. And it's not safe for you to be out there on these dating streets because niggas are dangerous out there, okay? Alex was speaking to him calmly, but simply because she spoke at all, this was seething and cutting off like, can I talk? Can I talk? You ever been having a conversation with someone and you're totally chill and they stop being like, relax, relax, and acting in a way that would antagonize you so you react and suddenly there's a problem? That's what Tim was doing. And I'm confident it's what the he was doing on the unaired fight. Let me tell y'all something right now. I was really appalled at the way women received and talked about Alex this entire season. And look, I expect all the non-black women online to handle all the black women on the cast terribly because that's how they always do black women. But black women were doing it to Alex too. And that shit vexed me so bad. I genuinely believe that because Alex is a black woman and she told us she had a temper, despite the fact that we never saw any evidence of it, all Alex showed us was apathetic unbotheredness. Everybody was so quick to want to deem her a problem and paint her as an angry black woman who was probably antagonizing Tim or put her hands in his face or whatever stereotypes y'all have in mind of what angry black women are like behind closed doors. Meanwhile, what we actually saw was Tim trembling the next day after an argument. We know that escalated because they literally told us Alex simply wasn't trying to talk and be withdrawn, but Tim thinks shit is supposed to happen when the he wants. That was trembling the next day just recounting the story. He was so mad, and that don't alarm y'all? Look here, look here, it blew my mind that people, including women, were so quick to just accept his framing of the fight as Alex being the problem because that black woman told y'all she had a temper. Meanwhile, you could see this temper. The way it's clear Tim be trying to hide his rage, but he be palpably angry. I'm talking boiling beneath the surface. He be looking hot to the touch. Anyway, and back to the things he came to end his engagement about. Did y'all not listen to that breakup? Did y'all not see his energy and hear the nonsense he was saying and the ridiculous expectations he had? You think it's normal for a to be bubbling over because a bitch took a nap? This man was angry at the thought that she dare be taking a nap on Mrs. Call or not pour praise over his every suggestion. He is so petty that because she missed his call when she was asleep and returned it the minute she woke up, he wouldn't talk to her. He wouldn't talk to her because he said he needed to show her that shit don't work on her time. Because in his mind, it's supposed to work on his time. And we know that's how he gives it up because he repeatedly announced how things were gonna be and how he was gonna move towards her because that's just the way he is. And y'all just there blind as a bat to this obviously seething, arrogant, petty man. He literally told us that he bought a shirt and did things his ex-girlfriends just to upset them. It's very clear to me that Tim's parents probably made him the center of their universe, especially because his sisters died, and that probably led him to thinking the sun should rise and set on his ass. And it was very clear to me that his mom was an enabler in particular when she went out of her way to tell Alex the unpleasant realities of dealing with Tim, only to then say, that's just how he is, and you have to give Drake his space or whatever he needs. And then when Tim was just talking to his parents and he complaining about Alex and his like, oh, she likes affection and I don't like to give affection at all. And that's just the way it's gonna be. It was like, oh my God, if y'all don't get this mean from around there. And his mommy was just there enabling him and his daddy was quiet. And I said, I see what's up here. I see who did what. Tim and Tim's parents believe that this is supposed to run shit and be however, and it's others who adjust. He is a mean, I promise you. The way y'all be coming at Alex works my nerves. Open y'all eyes. And Alex is really my bitch because she is not Marissa. She tried communicating with him, but once he was done listing all his petty grievances and told her there was no change in his mind, my girl Kanye shrugged and ate her snack, okay? Ate her snack. And here's what's extra childish and should again illuminate what kind of man Tim really is. When Alex didn't give him the reaction he wanted, because he strikes me as someone who wants a woman to cry over him and do the most, even though he's leaving her, because that's what his ego requires. He wanted a Marissa performance. And when he didn't get that, he was angrily like, I never want to see or talk to you again. Like literally nothing happened to warrant all that, but this man is an angry, okay? I tell you, I know what he is. I know what he is. Moving on. Let me start by saying that I just do not hate Hannah how y'all hate her. I just don't get it. I actually don't hate her at all. But I'm really trying to emphasize that you get the out of Hannah. And I am not no Hannah stan or nothing. I can see where she's OD from time to time, but none of what she's done to me rises to the level of victimizing Nick the way y'all do. Nick is very obviously not no peach on the beach to me, and I'm not sure why y'all don't see it. I genuinely think a lot of the initial impetus to hate Hannah is driven by people perceiving her as similar to Chelsea, which I don't think there are that many similarities between. And someone in my comments on the last video pointed this out to me, and I'm glad they did. But Nick, this Nick, look at this man, this Nick. Take it in. Tall bitches, he looked like Henry Cavill's Superman. And we paid that dust. But Chelsea, from last season, Chelsea has yet to stop getting dragged all across the internet for saying that she looked like Megan Fox. But y'all ain't say nothing about this man. You know why? Because y'all hate women. You hate women.
That's right, I said it.
What's also nuts to me is how many of y'all was slandering Alex for her messy apartment, but bending over backwards to defend Nick for having no home at all. Lord, I mean, y'all were really doing nimble gymnastics to explain why a 28-year-old man who's still dreaming about football, lives in his parents' basement, has zero financial responsibilities, and only just scraped together a job as a realtor, although he ain't never sold a house, should wake up and decide he's gonna go on a show to get a wife while having zero plans to change any of the aforementioned facts.
Stop! He's already dead.
Let me be clear. The problem is not that he's 28 and lives at home. There's nothing generally wrong with living at home or even at that age. But there is something wrong with living at home and having your parents baby and take care of you and somehow figuring you're gonna bring a wife into that. Look here. I do not like the way women get critiqued by the audience of this show and how much grace is had for men. Y'all know. I know you have to know, ain't shit. It reminds me a little bit of the Zanab and Cole season. Granted, let's granted. In my memory, Zanab was worse than Hannah in a lot of ways, mostly because she was in fact projecting her insecurities on Cole that season. However, those insecurities were not helped by Cole going all around the place telling everyone who would listen how he wasn't attracted to that beautiful woman because she was a woman of color, and he was too busy eyeing that much less attractive white woman who unfortunately ended up getting married to the scariest abusive red flag I've ever seen on Love is Blind. Please free her, and I hope she sue Love is Blind. Anyway, but Zanab was projecting her insecurities on Cole that season, but the only thing she truly done wrong was when she dragged him for filth at the wedding in front of everyone she knew. That shit was totally and unnecessary. I ain't gonna lie. I remember that was mean. Then at the reunion, Zanab was telling this tangerine story where, like, look here, I remember all the specifics, but she was essentially saying Cole was telling her don't be a fat ass and have dinner when you already had that tangerine. But then the Netflix producers showed never before seen footage of that incident and pretty much revealed that Zanab's own insecurities made her misinterpret what Cole said. And then Cole was crying his ass off and talking about her speech at the altar like it stole his first child. And immediately everybody decided Cole was the victim and Zanab was an evil bitch from hell, as though that all just totally invalidated everything we literally witnessed Zanab dealing with from Cole, and what an unserious little rude boy he was, who came on the show with visible piss and shit in his toilet, if I do recall. Look here. And y'all would be mad at bitches for being a little mean, having a little attitude, whatever have you, being whatever. Meanwhile, y'all would let these off the hook who be talking about them like a dog, who be breaking their self-esteem down and their insecurities and all of this. Granted, y'all probably have an argument to make that Hannah be doing that to Nick on some level, and I think that's true. I'm an equal opportunity shooter. But look, the audience infantilizes men and nails women to the cross, and I don't like it. And the show just plays into it, I think, by always trying to give the men good edits and the women bad ones. You ever notice that on most seasons of Love is Blind, they give you women to despise or paint the woman in the most unflattering lights, only for us as an audience to go discover on our own research that the men are Satan? I'm talking about you, SK. I'm talking about you. Anyway, let me get off this side rant and go back to Hannah and Nick. I am not saying Hannah is a peach on the beach. She's not. But I definitely get why she's not with Nick. And I think that because the audience isn't with her, they dismiss Nick's shit or downplay it, because I don't know why, for the love of God, y'all are acting like that wasn't dead wrong for that conversation with Katie. He was fully playing in Hannah's face. He was trying to bag that woman. He was doing his endeavor best to dick ride Katie and say everything together to keep that door for him open. Katie was there drooling over Nick for God knows what reason. And she was talking to him about he's her type in real life, and I was just like, he is, girl? What? Ma'am, this your type? This is who you letting stress you out? this type is what has driven you onto this show, Lord. But she was telling him, look, you might type and maybe I need to like something else. And he was like, oh, no. If this your type, then this is what's for you. That mother just wasn't it. Look here. That man, Nick, was lining them pins up, and Katie was doing the most too. And then she just suddenly pivoted and basically told him he was too immature and doing the most, etc. If she had not said that, Nick's ass would have took whatever opening she gave him. When she said that, you could have seen the light leave this like he thought he had that. He just knew him and Katie was when he got home. It was somebody who said something to me in my comments, maybe on Threads, like, you see how Katie was able to express the same sentiments as Hannah, but by trying to motivate and speak life into him and uplift him, some shit like that. And I was like, bitch, what? Hannah does not need to denigrate that man. Listen, that I fully agree. And we are gonna get to that, because listen, she is still gonna get her lashings. Y'all know I'm an equal opportunity critic, but let me be clear that women are not obligated in any way to try to uplift raggedy. Please. Katie was saying that like that because she don't know that man from Adam. She was being a bird off who wanted to be in his face, okay? And look here, y'all like to brush past it because it's Hannah, but another bitch coming up repeatedly to tell you how fine they think your man is would get them up in real life. Let's be so for real. Y'all letting the Hannah hate blind y'all. It don't matter how much we know Hannah didn't like him and how Hannah was treating him, yada yada yada. It don't matter. That bitch did not know that. All she knows is that they engaged and they allegedly friends, and she all in this man face. That bitch would have got slapped up anywhere else, okay? Let's keep it a buck. But I will say, it is crazy how Hannah was calling Katie her best friend. I was like, y'all don't know these hoes. Y'all do not know these bitches. Oh, anyway, but back to Katie. She conveyed that message to Nick in that way because unlike Hannah, she wasn't in a relationship with him, getting real life frustrating examples of all the things Katie rightly sensed about him on day one in the pods. And even though Katie said she sensed all that from day one in the pods, that's why she stopped talking to him, didn't seem to stop her from being all in his face like a bird with his fiance in the spot. Dog, look, Nick was absolutely wrong for that spectacle with Katie while Hannah was present. And then when Hannah rightly brings it up at home, this man tries to get angry and gaslight her like she's nuts. When we saw this macking his ass off to Katie, dirty macking, okay? And for the people who say, well, Hannah should have told him she had a problem with him talking to Katie when he told her before the party that he wanted to talk to Katie. Yes, perhaps. But does that in any way excuse this for taking the inch she gave him and running a mile, flirting with another woman across the bar from his fiance? No, it absolutely does not. Screw your head on, bitches. Screw your head on. Now, on Hannah, I think she was absolutely right to call our wedding off and not waste folks' time with a dress fitting and all that. But what was absolutely crazy was why she felt the need to call him over and berate him while glaring at him like a cartoon villain. That's where she lost me. Just like it made no sense for Tim to be sitting there showing Alex OD animosity during their breakup, there was absolutely no reason why Hannah felt the need to do that, other than just being a mean bitch who wanted to tear him down some. So I get that. She's wrong for that. But overall, I don't like OD hate her. I don't love her. And I do agree that she can be OD and unnecessarily mean and also insecure, because I haven't forgotten how she acted a fool about that ducking that old lady. But I also think that Nick got a good edit and y'all are ignoring the red flags. I think Nick belongs to an archetype of man we've seen on this show many times in varying degrees. The Shakes, the Coles, the Bartiz, with Shake being the worst, Cole being the best. But I know in my soul, Nick is a who was playing in Hannah's face when we wasn't seeing it. I just know it. But I have to watch the reunion to see what's really up, okay? Now, moving on to Taylor and Garrett. So in the last video, I told y'all that I did not watch any of their storyline because I assumed that they were this season's healthy, perfect white match that I never watched. Half white in this case, but you get the point. But several of y'all told me, no girl, Garrett's people embrace this. And it seemed like Garrett himself was a little taken aback at the reveal when she wasn't white. So I say, I see. Let me try and watch. Now, I can tell you right now, I still ain't watched Olay's storyline, but I did watch that get caught texting his long-term ex. And what did we learn from last video, class? Men only plead to lesser charges. So I knew. When Taylor was turning up about him just liking the ex's DM, reaching out to him, which is what he told her, that's what he planned to, I said, this was fully talking to that ex. And sure enough, they go to the party and they sitting across from the world's stupidest fraudulent ass couple, Tyler and Ashley, and Garrett just accidentally snitched on his own self that he DM'd her back. But then he wouldn't show Taylor the messages or his phone when she asked. It was then that I knew what Garrett was from that moment forward. And Taylor let it go, because like Marissa, like Ashley, Like many of the women who come on this silly ass show, they are so pressed to get married, they are willing to do whatever and play blind to whatever. And y'all may want to buy into it too, because otherwise there's no good couple from this season. But I'm here to tell you, there is no good couple from this season. She can't trust that man none at all. But whatever, y'all, because they did get married, and I really like Taylor, you know, she actually seemed like a little gem, so I'm a root for her, even though I don't trust him. Now, last, look here, last but not least, deep spiritual side, okay? I'm going to try to keep this brief, because we all know Tyler is hands down one of the raggediest to ever grace this show. Oh my God. I am going to give y'all a short synopsis of everything we learned about piece of shit ass Tyler off this show. Look, yeah, if you want all the tea, please go subscribe to our sis Jessie Woo. And you should also check out Queenie's channel. I love her too. Anyhow, internet detectives learned that Tyler is a bum who owes several ex-girlfriends mad bread. And I don't just mean like he owed them some money. I mean like the court declared judgments that he owes them money. The man has been evicted multiple times. He had a previous fiance who he cheated on with his lesbian best friend, impregnated said lesbian best friend without telling his fiance, brought that fiance to the baby shower without telling her any thing about the fact that the baby his lesbian bestie is having is his baby. Then after that baby was born, initially Tyler wasn't supposed to be a father to the baby because his lesbian bestie had a wife, and the wife and her were the legal parents. But when the bestie and her wife broke up, Tyler voluntarily decided he wanted to be the father to that child, like assume legal responsibility, and man still ain't paying no child support. And he fully started living with and the lesbian bestie, and they got pregnant with twins. And he lived in the home with those children, raising those children, never financially contributing, mind you. Bum. And then when he gets on Love is Blind and proposes to Ashley, this goes the whole family. I say, no, so what is this? What is this? Let me tell y'all something. The minute we learned that shit, I knew that Ashley's ass knew too. And I look here, I knew she knew and didn't give a because ain't no way the internet can quickly and easily discover some information that a girlfriend, fiance, or wife can't. Like, let's be for real. So either she knew or she was intentionally putting her head in the sand so she could continue on with marrying him because she pressed to have a husband. And I know, especially my black sisters, I know we did not want to believe it because that is a beautiful, stunning ass black woman. But I knew, And I told my friend Rebecca, watch that gal go marry him and she could defend him. And dog, listening to her at the wedding, knowing this deadbeat got 3 kids and she was out there trying to sing his praises because he'd been bringing her coffee every morning for the 2 seconds she knew this. Oh my God. She was there talking about how their bond is so special and it feels like she knew him forever. And then when I heard her mother say it also felt like she knows Tyler forever, I said, oh fuck. Oh, she's cooked. She's cooked. Her mama eating up dumbassery too. She never stood a chance. It was nothing but gorgeous ass pick-me surrounding that gal. I say, oh my God, sad. You see what I say? We need a Marissa's mommy. Y'all want everybody mommy up there nice. Maybe your mommy might need to call you a bitch. Get your head on straight so you don't marry goofballs. Look here. Okay. And then Tyler. Look here. I told y'all I knew Tyler was full of from episode 1. Everything out that love bombing ass mouth was giving red flags. So he ain't never shocked me. He can't swing a swinger. But what really blew me was him sitting down with his mother talking about how his daddy wasn't shit and never been there for him and that's why he's not there. Knowing this minded his 3 children. And his goofy ass mother sitting right there enabling him, knowing this mother 3 children who are not in attendance because this deadbeat has ghosted them. Dog, Tyler's baby mama said they literally saw this off when he was leaving for the show. They were supposed to go to the wedding if he made it there. But this gets on the show, gets engaged to Ashley, and decides to literally ghost his children. Deletes his Facebook so there's no trace of them, bruh. And all Tyler bum-ass friends and mama was at the wedding knowing what he is. Child, these mother... Look here. Let me go watch this reunion. Y'all should subscribe to the Patreon. I put, for the people who want to hear me doing all my cursing, we put the uncensored versions of every recap on the Patreon. So do that.